quick little video to show you how to edit and store tone settings using the Nextone Editor software. So today we're plugged into a Nextone Special, and the software allows us to control the 3 tone settings and adjust even the settings for the front panel in the software and then store them. Now, tone setting number 1, for example, it's a complete storage of all of the settings of all of the knobs for both the clean channel and the lead channel, as is tone setting number 2 and tone setting number 3. So you actually have 6 different tone settings, 3 each for the clean and 3 for the lead. And then of course you can also just have the settings that are on the front of the amp as well. The control panel on the front of the amp gives you lots of editing power. You really open up the possibilities when you use the Nextone Editor software. Any knob that I turn on the amplifier will affect on the software, of course, because they're hooked up. So you can see here I'm changing the power amp tube type, and it's switching back and forth here. Likewise, if I change anything over here, if I turn, for example, turn the reverb off, it's going to shut it off, you'll notice, on the amplifier as well, and then you can turn it back on. So you can edit your sounds away. So for example, right now, this is just what's on the front panel. You can see it all lines up here on the amplifier, and I've got this sound. So if I like that sound and now I want to go to the lead channel, I can just click on lead here, or of course I could switch channels on the amplifier, but we're just going to switch to the lead channel, and let's hear that. So maybe I want to adjust that a little bit. And again, I can go in and adjust it right on the front panel of the amplifier. But with the editing software, I just want to show you how much more flexibility you have. So for example, if I go to the Equalizer section here, you'll notice that in addition to the EQ of bass, middle, and treble, I have a lot more control, whether it's even a parametric EQ or a graphic EQ. I can adjust that, and I can turn that on and off, and adjust the preamp in and the preamp out, separate EQs. So lots of control there. If I go to the effects section, we really only have one button, boost, delay, and reverb, on the front of the amplifier. But check this out. If I go to boost over here, I actually have a whole variety of different boosts available to me, and also controls of that boost. So for example, right now it's on a treble boost. Let's have a listen to that. A little bit too bright actually with this guitar. Let's go to maybe try more of a vintage boost and see what that does. Well, that certainly changes it quite a bit. We can also take in like a blues drive kind of thing, more bluesy sound that I'm looking for. So maybe I like that. If we go over to the delay, I actually can choose between delay and tremolo. So I can actually have that adjust the speed. So I can have tremolo or delay. And under delay, I actually have a variety of different types of delay. Analog delay, the SD E3000 that was very famous in the studios, and then of course tape echo as well. So I can choose whatever delay that I want and adjust all of that as well. So for example, maybe I want to turn, let's bring that effect up a little bit. And adjust the time. Bring it down just a little bit, adjust the feedback, bring it back just a little bit. But you can see I have lots of control over the parameters on the amplifier. Same thing over here. If I go over now to the power amp section, I have the choice of all of these different power amps, 2 American and 2 British. So the EL34 and 84, and then 6L6s or 6V6s on the American side of things. And you'll notice here on the clean channel, I'm using more of the British EL84 for more of a combo, British combo amplifier. And when I switch to the lead, I'm actually using the 6v6 as more of a kind of a stack sound. So once I get the sound that I want, my lead sound is here. And my clean sound was here. Now I want to save that. I'm going to go over here and hit write. And I have a variety of choices. Actually, I'm just going to move this down a little bit so you can see them all. I can store it to the front panel where it already is right now, or I can say, you know what, I want to put that so that's in Nextone Special tone setting number 1. So that's going to be this setting right over here, whenever that's selected. And I can also store it to a user setting. But in this case, I'm just going to store it to that Nextone Special 1 place, and I'm actually going to rename it more of a bluesy sound so I'll remember when I come back to it, and then I just hit write. And so now that is stored to setting number 1 on the amplifier. So for example, let's just go to setting number 3. Now if I go back to Nextone setting number 1, there's my sound that I had, and my lead sound had that delay added to it, a little bit more gain, and we switched to the 6v6s. So there you go. That's how you store all of your settings, all of the front panel, and get into a little deeper editing using the Nextone editor software.